Anyway. I'm Tanner. I'm Tanner when I do that. We're live. Boys and girls. We've done it. Welcome to Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode 550. I'm Casey, aka Razinon. That is Tanner. And today, we have a post-beta pod.
Do we?
And it's been a while.
I wouldn't say post-beta, man. The beta's still ongoing. It's mid-beta pod.
Okay, sure. You want to be a pedantic cocksucker, you can do that. That's fine.
You don't like that?
Post me having played the beta specifically pod, yes. So anyway, welcome to the show.
That's good.
So yeah, we're going to talk about the beta today.
Yes,
by and large. As is tradition, we're going to do a good and bad, and as is not tradition, we're ignoring the neutral part. Well, I have one neutral note, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, kinda. I'll talk about it more because I know you're gonna be bugged by that note. I can spell too. All right. So, yeah, welcome to the show. As far as announcements go, none really. Don't know what the schedule is going to be next week. Check the Discord or the Twitter, whatever. And before we get into our review of the beta, I've played a lot. Tanner has not played fucking at all. Which is fine.
Not a single minute. I haven't launched it. Well, that's not true. I did try to launch it before I went to work the other day. I was going to play for a little bit, and then I never set the TPM thing up. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this right now. I wasn't going to be on for that long anyway, so forget it.
Yes,
and then I just didn't play. So yeah. My mother-in-law's in town, staying with us this weekend, so I won't be gaming at all. Yeah. So I might play the beta Monday afternoon or something. Monday evening.
For 8 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I called out of work the last 2 days and just played hell loose. 12 hours a day. Yeah. But would I have played it otherwise? Yeah, maybe, probably. I installed it. I've had the intent to play it, but we'll see.
Yeah. And I've
seen gameplay of it, and it's a beta, and I hate betas. So even if it's a good beta, I'm not going to play it for more
That's
than
the thing,
an hour,
too. Yeah, it is a beta at the end of the day. But anyway,
I'm going to play the game no matter what, and I'm going to dislike it no matter what. So I don't need to play the beta to figure that out. But it is what it is.
One thing that is cool, before I forget, I'm just going to say it now. There, in probably 45 minutes or so into playing the beta this year, I see across my screen Dark Ops Challenge complete. And I was like, are we dead ass? We have Dark Ops challenges in the beta. Yeah, and it was for get 1,000 eliminations. And I don't think they've ever done that before. I think that's pretty neat to have a Dark Ops challenge that's like beta exclusive. So that's really cool, actually. I liked that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I liked that a lot. Not a big deal or anything.
Dark Ops challenge, man.
But thank you. But that's cool. I had a similar thought about the Battlefield 6 beta, because there was just a motherfuckload of things to earn through playing that beta a lot that you could only get in the beta. I think that stuff is neat. Obviously, as long as it's cosmetic only and not like a gun, of course. So, but yeah, I think that's really cool. And they did that. And anyway, so we're going to move on. Now, before we get into the review, I do have a couple tweets. Treyarch has been yapping a lot. We're not going to go over everything. They've done like a lot. They fixed the game. Well, they've done some weapon balance that I'm not going to talk about because it's a beta and they're going to continue doing weapon balance. Who cares? And they've probably done some other things, but there are two big things that we are going to talk about before we get into it. First of all, is this beta door adjustments. So the doors in BO7 are automatic sliding doors. Think of like an airlock. Think of like an airlock in like a submarine.
You think that's nuclear radiation proof?
It's a good question. Yeah. I think it's dark aether proof. That's what I'm going with. So anyway,
that would line up. Yeah.
So they're indestructible doors, and the default state is closed, obviously, and they only open when you get motherfucking close to them. Dead ass 2 meters, actually, like insanely close. Or you can shoot them and then they'll open and stay open for a couple seconds, but then they'll close again. And the problem with that is, okay, well, a lot, you just can't have line of sight on that door unless you're standing on it or constantly shooting it, which is especially annoying if you are like sniping and holding a door. I'm not gonna shoot a bolty at the door to open it only for it to close the moment I've finished rechambering, obviously. Yeah. Like, but it's a problem for everyone, not just sniping. So really bad stuff. Everyone was saying that. So they removed the doors. Psych. What they've done instead was permanently open several doors in the beta on 2 of the maps, Forge and Cortex. And these were the biggest offenders, to be fair. I'm not going to even attempt to describe to you which doors are opened still or now and which ones are remaining closed. But they've addressed it to some degree. I played the beta a lot before and after this change. It's way better with the change. However, let's open all the doors. The experiment failed.
Yeah. So I thought that's one of the things before is that you couldn't shoot them open at all. So you could shoot them open to start?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one of the things they changed. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And another thing they did, the automatic doors that are not perma opened now will remain open for 4 seconds instead of 2 once they've been opened. It's another good change. Oh, and they increased the range at which doors will open automatically. Like I was saying, you had to be literally, I'm not kidding, like 2 meters. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, which is just insane. So these are all good changes, but again, the experiments failed, and the doors serve no purpose. They don't serve a purpose at all.
Yeah, they sure like them. They think they serve a major purpose. And I don't think they've really ever said what that reason is. Have they? I've never heard of them publicly talking about why they leave doors in, despite seems like most people don't want them, but you know, I guess the player base doesn't always know what they want, and we don't know what the player base wants either. But yeah, it is the fact that they've changed it so soon. I'm pretty sure they'll make even more changes to them by the launch of the game. I mean, they might actually just say fuck it and just open them all permanently.
I agree. I agree. And I hope that's the case. But even if they don't, I don't think they're really going to be that big of an issue because we've gotten some redress so soon. Compare this to any Infinity Ward game or beta where they try to shove a bad idea down your throat. Here's a good example. AI in Warzone.
Yeah.
Everyone immediately complained about that off rip.
Yeah.
It took them a number of months, maybe 6, about 6, for the AI to be gone from Warzone. Maybe longer. It was a really long time. They got rid of the 2v2 gulag fairly soon, but it took them months to take the AI out of Warzone because it was a sunk cost fallacy. They put so much dev time and work into making the AI that they were like, no, we're not getting rid of it. We spent way too much time doing this. So we are leaving it in and you guys are going to love it eventually. Of course, we never did. And then they finally relented when their player count was 5% of what it was on launch, if that, and I'm not joking, and finally removed them all. Treyarch, on the other hand, it took them 2 days from the launch of the beta to making a significant change. This isn't, again, all the way, I don't think. I don't really see that. Maybe if I played way more, I would come to realize some of these doors are necessary, but certainly not all of them. But regardless, this is a good sign, and like Tanner said, I agree. I think they're going to make them... They're either going to just open all of them permanently, or they're going to open so many or change it again in such a way that it's virtually a non-issue, which is really good. And my belief in that is because already again, 2 days after they've actually listened to player feedback, to their immense credit, because Infinity Ward could never. Because think about how much time Treyarch spent talking about how cool the automatic opening doors were.
Yeah.
But they were still willing to be like, all right, well, you guys don't like it, so I guess it doesn't matter. Correct. Infinity Ward would do the same thing. Oh, look at how cool the AI is. Talk about it forever and then never remove it. So to their credit, they did this. That's good. And that's a start. And then this next thing, Treyarch also getting a lot of credit for. Let's switch things up, they tweeted today. Later today, this is now live, we'll have 2 playlists in the beta. The Mosh Pit and a new option called Open Mosh Pit. Open Mosh Pit features classic matchmaking, where skill is minimally considered, featuring game modes. Like all things in beta, our goal is to gather critical in-game data and feedback to make BO7 the best experience possible. We'll continue testing throughout the remainder of the beta, so jump in and see what you think. And here is where the bait has been cast and many people have bit. Hook, line, and sinker, as they say.
Really?
So there are so many problems with this that I'm not sure where to start. I'll start here. First of all, if you wanted to test the impact of classic matchmaking, meaning basically no SBMM, you can't have 2 separate playlists, fucking obviously. That's called a selection bias. Who is going to queue for the no SBMM playlist? The only people who are going to queue for this are sweaty players who want to get away from SBMM. So I haven't played these lobbies, but I would guess, especially on a weekday, in the middle of the day, by the way, a weekday afternoon, probably going to still be sweaty as fuck. I didn't know this was in. I was playing like right before. I guess I had to restart my game or something, but
well, it's the weekend now. It's not the weekday anymore, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Yeah, it is Saturday. Okay. So regardless, point number 1 is if you actually want to test SBMM, you have to do it everywhere. You can't let people avoid it, because otherwise you're only testing players who know what the fuck SBMM is and are looking to avoid it. So you're not really getting the data from the players who SBMM is designed to protect. Because if I'm a bad player, I don't even know this was in, number 1. And number 2, if I do, I'm going to say, oh, I actually want SBMM. I don't want to face the demons that are all going to be queuing for the no SBMM playlist. I'm going to stay in the SBMM one. So you're not going to get any data on the population that SBMM is designed for. Number 1. Problem number 1. Okay. Problem number 2, and this is the main and obvious problem. This is not Treyarch's decision, and I hope that helps. And here's what people just are not understanding. So, I think Jakin was saying in our Discord, it was Jakin, had a big laundry list of all the cool, fun, innovative, and responsive things Treyarch has been doing. And I'd grant pretty much all of those things. Oh, they changed the doors like we just talked about. They're doing weapon balance. The maps are, more in line with what players like, which is true. We'll get into it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But those are all things within the developer's control, right? SBMM is not. And I don't know why anyone is under this illusion. It's not up to Treyarch. When the game launches, whether there is SBMM or not, or really how it operates at all, it's Activision. Activision are going to be the ones that will demand there is SBMM if their data shows, which it has, that it increases revenue by increasing player retention of casual players who are the vast majority of their player base. So there are a lot of people in our Discord, which bugs me, that are sucking Treyarch off a lot for this. This doesn't matter. This is just a lie, and I hope that helps. This is just a lie, because what they are doing is they are implying that they're testing no SBMM so that when the game launches, they can change it or remove it or lessen it. And they are not going to do that. Yeah. Fucking obviously. And also, remember the last time they did this test? Because I do. We talked about it. They wrote a whole blog post, and then they wrote a fucking white paper. What the fuck's a white paper? And guess what they said? Oh, we ran 2 separate playlists, and we had more player time, more player retention, and more satisfaction in the playlist in which there was bog standard SBMM, not the relaxed loosened SBMM. Is that data true? Don't know, okay. But the methodology was flawed then also, just like it is now.
I don't remember them saying that. I don't remember them saying that.
I remember them saying that.
I remember them talking about there were times where nobody would know that they would loosen SBMM, they would remove SBMM, they would make changes to it, and what they found is that when there was less SBMM, lower skilled players did not play the game as long. I don't remember them ever saying anything like you're saying about running 2 separate playlists.
I don't know if I could find it, but I'm pretty sure they did. How would I even search for this?
Because I don't think, because there was never, we've never had a playlist that you could queue for in the last, since we've done this podcast, where you could play with no SBMM or with SBMM. That's never been a thing. So the only way they did it was by not telling us they were making those changes, and that's what they found. But like your point still holds up that like,
you know, they're gonna,
okay.
But go on.
But Ace also tweeted something very similar to you. He said, big W that they're trying this out, but I've always been skeptical about the idea of offering a no/reduce SBMM playlist as an option, as it will tend to naturally attract better players that are looking to escape SBMM that they're frustrated with. So he said exactly what you said. And then Base J God said something about it'd be nice to reduce the AA.
Oh, I think you're right.
Obviously. Yeah, so they, you know,
I think
they've never done a playlist test like that. It's just they just hid it from us.
I found the blog, and I think you're correct. I swear to God I remember it, but maybe I'm wrong. It could have been somewhere else.
I think you're talking about what Sage is saying. I think Raz is talking about the casual versus non-casual modes, because they did see differences with those 2 playlists, and they yapped about that, about like higher player retention or something, or more people queuing for casual mode than not. So maybe you're kind of just getting those mixed up, because they definitely did talk about those 2 specific modes going head to head.
Okay.
But,
yeah, maybe.
I mean, my thing is, because like JKN is saying in chat right now, these were leaks that we talked about maybe a month ago, that I think Ghost of Hope had a leak saying the devs were pushing to drastically reduce SBMM. But at the end of the day, it's not their decision. It is Activision. But since we talked about that, I will say, if there's a year where it feels like they could make significant changes to SBMM, this feels like the year. Just because the fact that we heard those leaks, they seem to be true. They are doing something in the beta. Granted, it's a beta, but they've never done this before. I think at the end of the day, they're going to come to the same conclusion, which is like, we tested it, guys, and shit players didn't last. They left early on, and so we can't remove the system. But I don't know. There is I think there's a chance we see significant changes, because this seems like, this is the sunset year, right? This kind of seems like the year, if anything, they're just like, fuck it. They already lost 300 million, which we'll probably talk about next week. They already lost 300 million by putting Call of Duty on Game Pass. So maybe they're just like, I don't know, fuck it. Let's just do anything different at this point. Let's just mix things up. So this feels like a year we could actually see SBMM changes for the first time since we've started this podcast that we know of. But yeah, it would be a very welcome change if they reduce SBMM. It would not shock me at all. But on the same, I could also just see them doing what they've said before, which is, people just didn't play as long. So we want people playing the game. We're not going to change anything. I will say this. They're not removing SBMM. That's 100% certain. That's not being changed at all. But I think they could do something to reduce the strength of it and make it better.
Yeah.
Less strict. So yeah, I don't
know. Yeah. Okay. I looked for it. I am not seeing it. I am not mixing this up with the casual solos versus regular solos mode. I know that's different. I thought I remembered like during MW 3, or maybe it was even the MW 3 beta, like an experimental playlist, I think is what they called it, where there was less SBMM. But maybe not, or maybe they never said that, but it was obvious from playing it or something. I swear to God I remember, but I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's assume they never did it, but what they said was, yeah. They have tested removing skill without telling anyone, basically, is what they said. And so this is a different test. That's actually... I mean, it's actually better to test it the way they did in the white paper. And even then, they said, we've run tests over the years to determine if removing skill as a consideration makes sense. And the data remains consistent that players tend to quit matches or stop playing if they're getting blown out, resulting in a negative overall experience for all players in the lobby and the general player population. So, I mean, it could be the case that I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. It's just not going. You can't have the two playlists. I don't think it makes sense. But again, because again, you can pick. Like if I'm bad, I'm going to play in the SBMM bracket, and if I'm good, I'm going to play in the no SBMM one. But also, the main point, which is what I was saying earlier in Discord, is that they're not going to remove SBMM. That's the thing. It's just so obvious. The only way they'll remove SBMM is if the data now shows something different. But I don't think it will. Or I don't, well, no, yeah, I don't think it will. If it does, they will remove SBMM. So the good news is this. There is some world in which, according to this beta test, having no SBMM increases player retention. And if that's true, they will do whatever they did in the beta and basically remove SBMM. Because they don't care. I'm not saying Activision's evil and wants SBMM and to force it on everyone. They don't think that at all. What they think is whatever we can do to get the most money is what we are going to do.
Yeah.
Period. So in the event that this beta test results in more player retention, they will remove SBMM or do whatever they did in the beta. And that would be great. I just don't see it happening at all. Because again, they've run the test before in a better way, by the way, doing it secretly, not telling anyone, not letting people opt out of the test. And back then, their data said people don't want to do this. Now, to be fair, this SBMM white paper or blog post was written before the existence of casual mode. But that's for Warzone, so I guess that actually doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's all.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Look, I hope it matters. I hope the beta test shows something that like, oh, look, people play more when there's no SBMM. I don't think it will at all. I really hope so, though. I really hope so. You know, we've been saying no SBMM is better for the player base. But I think people are just so conditioned to it now, they're not going to want to get fucking curb stomped all the time, which is kind of what's going to happen off rip. I think I saw some tweets about this where it's like, dude, running an SBMM test for like a couple of days, it doesn't work because it doesn't give the people who are all of a sudden out of protected lobbies enough time to get better. And so they are just going to give up.
They're not going to get better, but yeah.
Well,
people that shit are never going to get better.
Because they're just going to leave and be like, all right, well, I'll play tomorrow or whatever when the SBMM's, back, if they even know about it. And then the data is going to be like, yeah, told you guys. But like, if they ran the test long enough, I think the data would be on the side of less SBMM. I don't know anymore. That's what I originally thought 5 years ago. But they've kept it for so long that just by all the years that they've had it, I feel like it is actually helping player retention, as much as I hate to admit it. I don't know. But the reason this bothers me tremendously, and maybe this is unfair, but I really don't think it is that this really feels like one of the things Call of Duty, Activision, Treyarch, pick your poison, have done so many dozens of times over the years, where they toss you a little crumb knowing that it's actually not substantial at all, in the hopes that you give them credit for something entirely unearned. And that's really what's going on here. I could be wrong. I put it at like a 5% chance though, where they're doing we're doing a no SBMM playlist, guys. They get all the COD creators to tweet about it. They get everyone all excited about it. They get all the YouTube videos talking about it, like this one. They get all this free publicity. They get all this goodwill. And then when the game comes out, or before the game comes out, there's going to be a blog post. We will go over it, and it's going to say, hey guys, so we did the test, and you guys love SBMM. Hope that helps, and we're turning it up, by the way. Yeah, and then the game's going to launch, and then everyone's going to say, oh, shucks, and not talk about it or forget about it and keep playing. And they got all that goodwill for nothing. They didn't actually give you anything, but just because they said the right words, you give them all this credit. And they have done this so many fucking times in the last 5 years. Again, to be fair though, not so much Treyarch. Not so much Treyarch. This is mostly Activision and Infinity Ward that are guilty of this duplicity, lying, backstabbing, manipulation, deceit. But this does feel like a page out of that playbook. In other words, I find it hard to believe Treyarch thinks the result of this test will mean anything other than keeping SBMM in. I think they know that, but they're throwing you a bone so that they can look good and get more pre-orders. And that bothers me, because I fucking hate when these people lie to me. And this isn't an outright lie, obviously, but that's really what they intend on doing. That's what I feel very strongly. Now, if I'm wrong, I would be over the moon. But again, they've run this test before, a better version of it, and they said, nope, SBMM's good, so we're keeping it. Why run it again? What's changed? You've made a worse version of the test. So, I don't get it. I don't know. Hope I'm wrong. I just don't see it. I think they're lying.
Yeah. I was trying to find the Ghost of Hope original tweet about the leak. I thought it was from him. I don't know. Something about this year just seems different. And I really do think they are going to make some sort of change for the full release of the game. Because also we've joked about the casual mode a lot. There's not a casual multiplayer mode coming out, is there? Is that real? I don't think it is, right?
I get
mixed up because we've joked about it happening so often. Will be, and because I was going to say, this again would be the year to do it. If they actually release casual multiplayer, then regular pubs should just be match ping. That's how you should focus your matchmaking. That's it. And then there's casual mode if you want to play against like one other human. I don't even know how to work in multiplayer. One other human, two other humans, and then like 4 bots. I don't know. And then regular, no SBMM, and then there's ranked play. And they could do the same thing with Warzone, because there's casual mode in Warzone. That's all anybody plays now anyways. So casual mode, regular pubs with no SBMM whatsoever, and then Warzone ranked. It seems perfect to me. It seems like they've accidentally created the perfect system, or on purpose. So I don't know. I honestly, I think they will make a change for the full launch with SBMM. That's my guess.
Yeah, I just couldn't agree disagree more. Like,
we'll see.
We will see. And maybe even if you really think Treyarch are the good guys here, which a lot of people in Discord seem to.
I don't think any of them are good, but just for how long we've been hearing leaks now talking about how the Treyarch devs want to remove SPM. We've never had any of that. We've never heard any leak where it said the Infinity Ward devs don't want SPM in their game. So I don't know. I think if they push hard enough for it, I don't know. I think they can make some changes. Again, they're not removing SPMM, but I think there could maybe be some changes made where it's not nearly as punishing.
Yeah.
And it makes the game enjoyable.
Maybe Treyarch wants to do that, but even if this test goes exactly the way we want it to, and it shows clearly that less SBMM means more player attention, they're also going to have to convince Activision of that. But I guess they convinced them to run the test, right? So yeah, I don't know. I look, again, I hope you're right, but I just don't think it's going to show, but I hope it does. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to what Activision thinks. And so if the test is not clear, Activision's going to say, don't change a fucking thing.
Oh, so that was the other thing I was going to say. I wonder if at some point this weekend, as in tomorrow or later today, I wonder if they change it so the no SPMM playlist is the only one that you can play for a few hours. That would be an interesting way for them to test it just for a little bit too. Just
that would
see
be
how that goes.
Good way to do it. Yeah.
So I can kind of see them possibly doing that, but I know like they also tweeted about how they want to add search in. So in search, it sounded like was supposed to already come today, but instead it's not here yet because they wanted to test this open lobby playlist. But yeah. Either way, I bet we'll have a lot of info on this by the end of next week after the beta ends. They'll probably talk about it a little bit. It'll be the classic. We'll reveal more info closer to launch, but like we will be making some changes to SPMM. I don't know. I think it's going to happen, man. Be honest.
So let's imagine
let's do some imagining.
Me, Jake, and Cope. Not even a 6-stack. Just us three. It's really just Jake, but I'm there.
It's just Jake.
It's just Jake. Q for the open playlist. And then if they're not coincidentally very good players, Jake alone is going to drop 70 kills. And I'm dead ass. Like a no SPMM multiplayer lobby, no glaze. He's going to just run roughshod through them with wanton, reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Those players aren't going to even stay in the match. Like dead ass. Yeah. They're not going to stay in the match. They're just going to leave. Because they've been conditioned to just fucking leave at any resistance whatsoever.
Yeah.
He was getting, by the way, we lost a game to two fucking blatant cheaters. Blatant. I posted a clip in Discord. In the Cat Piss Deaths channel. It was the most obvious aimbot I've ever fucking seen, or walls, excuse me. And after we lose that match, some guy on the cheaters team says in chat, nice cheats, Jake. I've got it. So that is in the SBMM lobby where that guy won the game and was on the team of two people blatantly walling. And they ran us over. Now imagine there aren't cheaters on his team and everyone's ass. And then are the cheat accusations going to get better? No. These people are just going to fucking leave the lobby. And then that's going to always happen. And then the result of the test is going to say what? Well, people are leaving all the time in the no SBMM lobby if they're ass. And if they're really good, then, and they're playing against other really good players, then that's going to feel the same for everyone participating. And it's not going to have any increase in player retention, because if you're really good and you're playing only against other really good players in either playlist, then the playlist you're in is not going to have an impact on how long you play. So I just don't see how it's going to work. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't see the vision. What imaginary theoretical scenario of two teams of players fighting each other without SBMM will show they're going to play more? The only people who might play more if it works are really good players but they're playing a fuck ton anyway.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But yeah, look, I'm not a fucking data scientist. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, and Jakin, that's exactly my issue. They need the public sentiment to change, and this will do it. That's what pisses me off, is because people like you and many others are baited by shit like this into changing your sentiment toward the game before they've even fucking changed it. Because again, you've given them positive sentiment, and many others, even though when the game launches, they're not going to change SBMM at all. They got it for free. You got fucking baited. That's what bugs me about it. And they know that, I think, which is why they're doing the test. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, if you're super excited, oh, no SBMM, you can be excited for the day because you can play without SBMM insofar as you keep a lobby together. But if you think that this is going to result in like no SBMM on launch, I think you're out of your fucking mind, frankly. So hope that helps. But anyway, moving on from that. Zombies is also in the beta. I didn't know this.
You like zombies, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know this, but we were playing, I think, yesterday, and Jake was like, oh, Zombies is in. So then, of course, I got bored, eventually, of multiplayer in the beta. And I was like, all right, let's try it, man.
Yeah.
So we got in the map, and it gave us, like, an objective. Like I'm used to now, which I like, the little objectives. I was like, oh, cool. And it said, like, destroy the cancer growths or whatever on the pod. So we're like, all right, cool.
Just shoot the orange thing, yeah.
We just shoot the orange thing, yeah. It was super easy, by the way, Kev. You literally just shoot the orange shit. I don't know, bro. If it didn't work for you, then restart the game, because it's a bug. It couldn't be easier. You did not fuck it up. If it's not working, it's bugged. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Look hard. Maybe you missed one. Anyway, it gives you that objective. Shoot all those. And then I was like, cool. What's the next objective? Next objective is to flip a switch. So we're like, all right, cool. So we play another round. We get enough money to open a door. Once we open the door, we go in, we flip the switch, and then there are no more objectives. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, usually it's like a whole fucking thing to turn on, like the Pack-a-Punch machine, for example. Like you remember on, what's the fuck-ass water map? The big fuck-ass water map. Terminus, yeah. Remember how it's a whole ordeal. It's like a good 20 minutes to turn on the Pack-a-Punch machine. There's all kinds of steps, and you have to do a bunch of shit. So we flip the switch, that's all. That's it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So that's all. Well, I guess we should open more of the map. We already opened all of the map. There are 2 doors to open.
Yeah. Well,
there's a cellar to the fucking armor station. And then there's the door to the power switch. And I think there's a door to the perk machine building. That's it. The map is unironically probably the size of Shipment. And I'm dead ass. It's tiny. It's tiny. And that's it. No Easter eggs.
And what was this map called?
Farm.
Okay.
Farm survival. No Easter eggs. No anything. Well, they said no Easter eggs in the blog post. I still don't believe them. There was also a trash can that is marked on the legend of the map. Like you can ping it on the, like, you know how like you see a little icon of the like Pack-a-Punch machine?
Yeah.
There's literally an icon of a trash can. I was like, what the fuck is this? I run over to it. That's it. It's just a trash can. I don't know why that's pinged there. So I think there might be some Easter eggs, sure. But not a ton, I guess.
Gotta dig through the trash, bud.
It is the worst Zombies experience I've ever had the displeasure of queuing for. It was so fucking bad. I was laughing at how awful it was.
Well, hold on. Vanguard existed, buddy. Hold on. Vanguard
did exist.
Zombies existed. So
Vanguard did exist.
Worst.
You're right. Right.
But yeah, I mean, even just from COD Next and stuff, none of the zombie streamers, they had anything decent to say about it. So it's obviously DOA. Let's just stop making zombies. Actually, let's do that. Yeah. Just fire the whole team. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. If the zombies players don't like it, stop fucking developing it. Let's do that.
That's fair. Yeah. So I don't know who the fuck was asking for farm, frankly. Like, I know people were like, oh, I want a classic zombies experience. First of all, you still pick your whole loadout, including your field upgrade, healing, or frenzied guard or whatever. So it's already not really classic. And then also the map you give us is, I mean, it's cool looking.
This was a fun map, I think. I remember playing farm. I think it was a good map.
Didn't ask. It's a cool looking map, but it's a foot wide. What? It's so boring. Holy shit. It was boring. There was nothing at all to it. It was way too small. Like, there's a difference between a survival, only zombies map or experience, which maybe people want, and doing it on that tiny ass map. I'm not a zombies player, so maybe that's what they want. I don't know, but it seemed so fucking bad to me. There was nothing to do. Like, you're done with everything but upgrading your weapon by round 10. It was a disaster. It was a fucking disaster. So.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that's fun. Zombies.
It's called the survival mode. So I don't know.
That's not the classic mode. Cursed will be the classic mode. Yeah, okay, so this is what I thought. So he's saying farm is 1/8 of the real map. Isn't farm part of the big map they're doing? Isn't that just one of the sections? No, we talked about that in the blog post. That was one of the sections, was the farm.
Yeah, then Jake told us it wasn't the real map, and then he said it was.
Nobody knows. Here's what we can all agree on. Zombies sucks. That's what we know.
Yeah,
DOA, obviously, so that's fine. But I was under the impression, too, that, farm was going to be a part of that much larger map where you can take the little Ford F-250.
So that's not its own map, then, is what I'm being told. Okay. If farm is not its own map, as I played it in the beta, good, because it would be a boring fuck-ass map.
Imagine this, though. Imagine playing the full version of farm with no SBMM. Imagine that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The game is perfect.
So they coded in the perk machine and the armor thing and the pack-a-punch in a different spot than they exist in on the actual map, just for the beta? Is that what I'm being told? Are we dead ass?
What do you mean? That's going to be, if it's part of that larger map, why would they have to code all those things differently?
Because if the map is larger, it would be really weird to have every single zombies mechanic all in the area the size of shipment. Like,
maybe
normally
that's how it's going to work. Maybe it's going to force you to move around the map to go to that one area or something. But what if that area sucks? Then maybe you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen gameplay. I haven't played it, so I have absolutely no clue. But just from the name farm, that was definitely part of the larger map that we're going to be getting. So maybe there will be both then. Maybe there's going to be both. Doesn't matter. Shit's DOA. We're not going to play it. We don't care.
I mean, yeah. So if that is not its own actual map, good, because that shit sounds boring as fuck. This was not meant to be an indictment of zombies as a whole, because, once you get a whole map, it would obviously be way better. But, I cannot believe anyone would play that in the beta. It's fucking insane. So, anyway, that's that. And, I guess survival mode, and then classic mode, and then standard, and then directed. So, there's 4 zombies modes.
And then cursed,
Are we dead ass again? So whatever, that's fine. And then Outbreak, by the way, in season 2. So nice field for that. All right, didn't care and don't ask. You get it.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the review. Now, before I start,
it's perfect.
Let me say this: the good section of this program today is smaller than the bad section. In characters and in bullet points. However, number one
is more bad than good. No.
Well, not necessarily. Number one, that's literally always true, because if something works, there's nothing to really say about it. Generally speaking, we've given this caveat every time. And then number two, it's because I've condensed a lot of random good things into one bullet point, because again, there really just isn't that much more.
Well, yeah, and
so don't let the fact that I'm going to talk way more about the bad color what you think my overall impressions are, because I'm going to give you those at the end.
Because you expect a AAA video game to just be good, so there's a lot of good things you're just not going to point out, because it's just the game works in certain ways as it should. There's nothing to, you don't need to discuss that. There's no reason to, obviously. So
right.
I'll start with something I've seen from in the good section.
See this, he whips out his cock.
Played it. Visibility while shooting, definitely much improved. Less screen shake, not as much muzzle flash, although I've seen some guns still have a good amount of flash and smoke, but most of them seem to just not. Irons look clean, shooting looks good, much improved. Just overall game and map visibility too. I don't think you've put that in the good section, but from what I've seen,
I haven't played that looks
bad section. Oh, did you? Did you put it in bad? Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'll get to it.
Okay, well, it seems fine from what I've seen, but overall, the weapon gunplay looks much improved over BO6.
Yeah. I put it in the bad section, but it's not that bad. We'll get to it when we get to it. But, yeah. Also, Kev with the $10 super chat, and Ryan S. becoming a friend of the pod. Thank you, Ryan. And thank you, Kev, as well. Love the pod. It's so fire. Jake cheats. True. Based. Kev, thank you very much.
Oh,
and Ryan, thank you as well.
Kev DM'd me the other night. Where's this DM? And he said,
he said he bought Bad Boy Beeman's YouTube channel.
Was it a DM? I don't know what he said, but he said something about Jake cheated at zombies.
Okay, that's a good DM.
It was so fucking
That's
funny.
a DM I'd be really happy to open my Discord for, yeah. Are we dead ass, Kev?
God damn it. Anyways, doesn't matter. He's
Anyways,
insane.
yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up, though, the visibility while shooting and stuff. Not much visual. I'm on controller, so big asterisk.
You've never had to think about it ever, yeah.
Big, giant, massive asterisk on this, but I do agree. It does not seem like there is any muzzle smoke, muzzle flash, crazy visual recoil fucking me up when I'm shooting at all.
Yeah.
It's way harder to notice if you're on controller than if you're on KBAM. So I'm not 100% confident that that's true, but I'm 90%. It looks like if I were playing KBAM, it would still be largely fine. On top of that, a lot of the irons in the beta are pretty fucking good, actually. They're usable.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too. Really good irons.
There's some good irons, which is really nice, especially because, especially for Warzone, we're not going to have wild cards anymore. So there are going to be a lot of guns you'll want to use irons on if you can. And it looks like a lot of them you can.
True. Very true. Yeah.
So
and that's what I see from
good.
a lot of the gameplays, people just using irons. And yeah, from what I've seen, the irons look very clean. So that's good.
Yeah. That's really good stuff. Yeah. And then my next one, like I said, I've condensed a lot of things. It's fun. The beta's fun.
Tell me every fun thing about it.
Well, I've been playing...
Name one fun aspect.
Name one thing that's fun. Shit, I'm stumped. I've been playing it a lot more than I had expected to. Honestly.
Yeah, because you have friends online.
Let me be clear, it is literally only because I have friends online, yeah. I did play by myself, yesterday morning. And
that's a major pause, yeah.
It was good, but that if no one else ever got on this weekend, that would have been the only time I played. Yeah, so that helps. But with that said, it's been fun, and that's good. The biggest reason for this, easily, and it isn't close, is because of the novelty, but also because the movement's way better.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about wall jumping when I say that. I'm talking about there not being a tack sprint anymore. That makes the game feel infinitely smoother and better. I'm also not sure, and I wish I would have actually tried this more. If I were on KBAM, I would have been doing it a lot, drop shotting. Name drop. Stance transition speed seems a bit faster. I'm also using dexterity on every class, though, and I don't know if that changes stance transition speed. You guys can let me know. Do you prone and stand back up more quickly now than in BO6? That would be a good question. Lou asked, does this mean Raz plays BO7 in Warzone on KBAM again? No. Lou? No.
Well, yeah, because that's better, but then now you have to deal with people jumping off walls and coming at you at weird angles. So it's just strictly worse again in multiplayer.
I'm getting turned around with aim assist. Imagine if I didn't have it. Oh, fuck no, motherfuck no. No, God, no. If you're a K-Bam player, stop listening to the episode. And unsubscribe from the podcast. There's nothing left for you here. Dead ass. This game is dead as fuck if you're playing on a keyboard and mouse.
Are you thinking DOA?
I'm not, luckily. Yeah. But if I were...
I'm thinking DOA.
Oh, DOA is fuck. Wall running, yeah, dude, it's a disaster. Yeah, do not, yeah, motherfuck no. I would love to, but I can't compete. Yeah, I can't even compete on controllers, we'll get into, but certainly not on K-Bam.
Try the no SPM playlist, it might be good for you, because you're not ready at the game. So the playlist with worse players.
I would want the SPMM if I'm not good at the game, man.
Which is what I said, yeah, which is why you should be playing the SPM playlist.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that.
Stupid fuck.
Thanks for that column that you definitely made first.
So the game's fun, huh? That's what they're saying, yeah.
Well, yes. Okay, so the game is fun, mainly because, again, the movement feels way better. I think mainly that's because Tac Sprint got removed. I think Tac Sprint introduces a lot more jank than people realize until either they actually think about it and try to notice it a lot, or they have it removed and then see like, wow, this feels really nice. I don't know about the stance transition times, but that feels potentially like it's better as well. One thing before I forget also, you can mount your gun and strafe again, like you used to be able to do in Cold War. Nice. I don't know if we mentioned this. It's busted OP. Remove that feature. I don't want to forget, so I'll just mention it now.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, we saw a play of the game today. Some guy just runs to a wall, mounts with the one burst gun, starts fucking strafing to get his AA engaged, and then just guns down 3 people in rapid succession coming through that room on Cortex fucking easily. I mean, and good luck shooting him back. He's on a head glitch. He's gonna one tap you, and he's moving. And he has rotational aim assist now. Yeah, it's just a really retarded move. Remove that, makes no sense. But that's fine. Not a big deal. That's not really that important. And then the wall jumping thing. I think the wall jumping is good and cool, and it is actually pretty intuitive and responsive. It doesn't feel like gimmicky and shit and clunky like it might have, you know? It works probably 95% of the time that you would expect it to.
You've used it more often than you thought you would, probably.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
However, so that's good. You can, if you like bump into anything though, you just die. You just plummet into the chasm and die. That's really annoying. Yeah. Especially like off spawn on like imprint. If you and one other person are going to the lane where there's a jump, like a designated jump spot or whatever. If you both try and jump it at the same time, you're probably both dead because you're going to bump into each other, and any minute little touch, you get sucked into a black hole. That's pretty annoying. Not a big deal. It doesn't happen that much. So that's good. The only thing for me personally is I've never played any video game ever of any genre where I can wall jump. I've never done it before. So I am super not used to it. So I'm not really doing it that much. I'm doing it more than I thought I would for fun, but like not in gunfights. But I've gotten shit slammed by people doing it to me. And every time I'm like, damn, that was cool and a good play. I should do that one single time. So I like that. It's adding more of a skill gap way more of a skill gap than I thought it was going to. This also just makes me even more bugged that it's not coming to Warzone, because I would love to have that aspect of skill gap come to Warzone, but it's not.
Well, don't forget, man, we have a blackout experience coming.
We do have a blackout experience. Yes, yeah. So hopefully I can bandage myself while wall jumping, since it'll take me 25 seconds to do that, to heal. And you guys thought 7 seconds was long. If I have bandages, if I even find them. And then I have to look through my backpack because we have backpacks again, so that makes sense. It doesn't. Yeah, so that's been cool. That's the biggest thing. It's fun. game by and large works. I will say this. Hit Reg seems better than BO6 multiplayer did, and it isn't close. That's not to say it's good, but I remember very explicitly, even in the beta and the whole year, by the way, dying fucking way behind corners. In this game, it happens, not as often though. It does not happen to me as often. Now, haven't played for 20 years, so I don't know. Could be a coincidence.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not saying the hit reg is great, because I am dying behind walls. And for all of Infinity Ward's faults, I virtually never die behind a wall in an Infinity Ward game. And I have died behind a wall probably 8 times that I've noticed in the BO7 beta.
Okay,
but
that's not good.
It's not good, but also it would have been 40 in BO6 beta by now. So it's better, which is something I was not expecting. If true. And again, could just be a coincidence. Could be I'm not noticing. I don't know. And then another really good thing. The maps are good. They're not even just okay. They're good maps.
Yeah.
They're fun. The only map I don't like is the newest one that got added, Imprint. It feels really shit, trash, and bad. There's some stupid ass, I don't know what it is, moving platform thing that you can interact with and move. Sometimes the hard point is on it. Excuse me. Every time you play hard point, one of the hard points is that, which is just really gimmicky and shit. And playing around that whole mid area is extremely awkward. It is a 3-lane map, but it's like this. Lane 1, right next to it, lane 2, walk 1 more mile, lane 3. Okay, so it's a 2-lane map with a disgusting flank route that would take me 30 years to cross. It's awkward. It's an awkward fuck-ass map that's not good. I could change my mind on that. That happens with maps. It happened, in fact, with Extension, the solar panel map. I fucking hated that map on day 1. Now, I like it. I think it's a good map, actually. It's grown on me. I do not see the same happening with Imprint, but maybe. And then the other 2 maps are Forge, which is, again, quite good, and Cortex, which is good with some problems that we'll get into. But the maps are way, way better than the BO6 beta maps, and also all of the BO6 maps. So if you take the 4, I'm literally not joking.
Yeah.
Take the best 4 BO6 original maps and compare them to the current beta maps in BO7, including fuck-ass Imprint. It isn't close. BO7 wins by a landslide. I mean, they're so much better. Yeah. Fucking easily.
You can tell they're a lot better.
They're so much better. And that's a huge deal, obviously. And they aren't super all built up for like wall running like I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to like try to shoehorn in the wall jumping shit in every map on every lane in every building. They didn't. It's an option, but you really don't need to. And oftentimes you don't want to. So it's kudos to them. The maps are really, really fucking good. And I'm excited to play the rest of them.
Yeah.
So
like most maps though, you can essentially get around without ever wall jumping, right? Other than like the one map they showed a lot in the beta, those lanes, I think you do have to wall jump or it's just you just fall down or something, I think. The one tiny map that you said looked like shit, that was in all like the footage that we had seen earlier and stuff. Like, are there some areas where you have to wall jump to get over a certain lane of the map?
No, literally none.
Oh, really?
Which is amazing to me. There are a couple of spots where you have to wall jump to cross lanes. So on Extraction, if you want to go from mid to, I'm just going to say left, you have to wall jump to take the shortcut, but you can run around.
Yeah.
Or like if you don't want to wall jump, I guess you can spawn and then just go left instead of going mid and then left. And then the same with Imprint. if you want to go from the left lane to the middle lane, you have to do the wall jump thing. Actually, you don't. You can make that jump without wall jumping, actually. I tried it. So no, you're not forced to. But there are those two shortcuts I remember right now that require wall jumping, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is the map I was thinking of, Blackheart, and it's in tomorrow. So that one on at least one lane, you cannot go down that lane unless you wall jump. I was just kind of curious to see how the rest of them were designed, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, the maps look solid though. Very solid.
Yeah. Yeah. And
they look like they're not cluttered with shit too, which is nice.
Yeah.
They just look like basic Respawn multiplayer FPS maps.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of how they feel. But then there's like a couple little bespoke wall jump things in there too.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty good. And now to the neutral real quick. A lot of people are framing this as a negative. I don't. And that's that this is like a BO6 map pack DLC. And I actually put this in the good column when MW3 came out. It's like, oh, this is just a DLC. They're just remastering maps. Good. They can make everything else work. And they did the exact inverse kind of with BO7. They actually didn't really change fucking anything. They removed tac sprint, but it's actually still in the game. You just have to take a perk for it. And then they added wall jumping, which is something, but not, crazy different. It's not Warzone 2, And then they spent all that time they could have been innovating other dumb shit that we wouldn't have cared about into making good maps and pretty good weapon balance. Not really, but they will. I mean, the weapon balance is atrocious, actually, but it's a beta. Who gives a fuck? That's another thing I was going to say. I'm not talking about the weapon balance. They're going to do 8 more weapon balance patches before the launch. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the M8 whatever is OP as fuck. They've already nerfed it. They're probably going to nerf it again. It's fine. Don't care.
Yeah.
But like the visual recoil is way better. The muzzle flash smoke bullshit is way better. Like they have refined a lot of little things that contribute a lot to why I'm having fun with the game. I'm not really running into that many issues. Here's another thing that's good. I haven't encountered a bug once. There are no bugs.
Bug-free experience, huh?
When's the last time that happened in a Call of Duty beta? I have not noticed a single goddamn bug. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. There are no bugs. Go play Warzone now and you'll find 10 probably.
Yeah.
And that's on Mamas. But there are no bugs in the beta. That's good too. Someone was saying in chat the performance isn't very good. I
saw that a lot.
Right.
I saw that a lot on Twitter, yeah.
My performance is, my frames are lower than I expected them to be, but I am not hitching at all. No stuttering and no hitching, and I care way more about that than a frame rate. I care way more about 1% lows than like an average FPS, and there aren't any. So that's been really good, not having to deal with that shit. Haven't crashed a single time either, by the way. Haven't lost connection to host or server, whatever, a single time. That's why it's good that this is a BO6 DLC map pack. Because the game fucking works on the very fundamental basic shit. So, well, I put it in neutral, I guess. Because it is kind of neutral. We'll get into it in a second. But
yeah, I was going to say something. Oh, kind of like you're talking about the weapon balancing. It's the same thing with spawns. Every single beta of every single COD game that comes out, within an hour, every single fucking sweat is on Twitter complaining about the spawns.
Yeah, please shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We know. And again, like we say every year, the spawns will get better. Some games, they end up being perfect. Other games, they're still not great. But spawns will get a lot better for launch, and a week into the game's life cycle, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you won't think about the spawns hardly ever anymore because they'll be fine. So again, it's always interesting when of all things, when like out of everything to complain about, people complain about shit like that. That's like that's their tweaking. Stuff like core gunplay mechanics, guns having flash, smoke, fire coming out of them, they're not drastically changing all that from beta to launch. So
correct.
Yeah, spawns will get fixed. Obviously, don't even think about it. Don't even mention it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up about spawns and weapon balance. I agree. Yeah,
every single CDL kid, the first fucking hour. Oh my god, spawns are so bad. Yeah, you've played the game for 15 fucking years. You know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that every single time a game launches, and they fix it every single time. They do a lot of things wrong, but improving how the spawns are is not one of them. So shut up about it. And instead, take your bitching and make it about something you should bitch about. That's, yeah. So anyway. So I put that in neutral because in a lot of ways it's good. I think it's good for the reasons I just mentioned. I also think it's bad because it is kind of BO6 basically. And why is that bad? Well, the servers still aren't actually that great, turns out. Time to kill is about the same. We'll get into that more. And it really just does not feel that different. Which, again, if we had like a perfect game with BO6, that would be okay. But we don't. The guns do still feel kind of toy-like, plasticky. The sounds, unlike the sound of that very realistic fart, because that was a real fart, sound like toys. They don't sound like super, super good and real, you know. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, like, oh, they sound like guns to me, go boot up MW2 and fire the Cronin Squall loud. So just don't put a silencer on it and start firing the Cronin Squall, for example. And then you'll immediately understand what I'm talking about. That thing, that feels like I'm shooting a gun. Like dead ass, you know. Or any MW19 gun, actually. Not any, but a lot of any probably MW19 AR. Shoot it. Shoot like the Odin. You know, and it's like, oh, okay, this is a gun. You're muted.
That's an Odin, yeah.
So
terrible gun, by the way.
So yeah, and then and again, another couple other reasons why it's bad, that it's basically BO6, are what we're going to get into now. Not right now, but in this list. So first of all, in no particular order, dexterity is a perk. Tanner, wait, did you say they changed this or something?
I thought they were changing something with dexterity on launch, something to do with like wall jumping. I thought I had seen a tweet about, like they were making one of the parts of it just default. Let me try to find it. But the thing that I've heard from pretty much literally everyone, and I said this very early on, dexterity sounds like it should just be default, and that's what everybody's saying now. Every single person's like, everyone has to run dexterity anyways. The game feels so much better with it. It should just be default and add a different perk in instead and just remove the perk entirely. So with how much I'm seeing that, I think that gets substantially changed. Not sure if they remove it entirely, but there definitely going to be some changes where some of those aspects of dexterity will just end up being default, I think. And maybe they will just remove the perk entirely, because yeah, this is something every single person I've seen agrees on.
And to be fair, that is something I could conceivably see Treyarch actually changing, is removing the perk and making all that shit baseline from beta to launch. Because dexterity does a bunch of shit. I don't remember any of it other than when you are sliding, you will come out of ADS if you don't have dexterity. And I think you'll go into like a quasi tack stance, so it's not like full hip fire, although it might be. I don't really remember, because as soon as I unlocked it, I equipped it and never thought of it again. But the fact that I'm just not allowed to pick a different perk in that slot because dexterity is mandatory, it just remove perks then, if you're going to make every perk mandatory, which we're going to get into. But that's one of them, so I can now pick 2 perks, not 3, because I have to run dexterity.
Does dexterity let you reload while wall jumping? Because that's what I saw.
Oh, that could be it too.
Because Charlie Intel tweeted 4 hours ago, Black Ops 7 will have reloading while wall jumping available at launch by default.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds like it.
So I figured that was a part of dexterity, but I'm not positive. Either way, that is a good change. And then even when you go to that post, all the comments are like dexterity needs to be default, make dexterity default. So yeah, I think they're going to change that.
Yeah, so that would be good. And then, so now I can pick 2 perks, hopefully 3 again, because they make dexterity default. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, but I'm certainly not certain they will. And then, oh wait, but no, we're back down to 2 again, because cold-blooded is also absolutely required. What does cold-blooded do? Same thing it's always done, which is make you undetectable by AI targeting systems, meaning, any AI-controlled kill streak. So, like an attack helicopter, or the dog, or the skewer, you don't get detected by those. Oh, but Ravs, they had to earn those kill streaks, so don't complain about needing to run cold-blooded. Just don't let them get kill streaks. Cool. What about the drone pod, which is a field upgrade? Or the thing that's not in the game yet, where it's lethal that you throw, and it's another fucking drone, and it just finds someone and does damage to them. Okay, cool. Didn't have to earn that either. What about the other field upgrade where it's a little ass turret? Okay. So now it's another little turret that shoots you.
Yeah.
That they, again, didn't have to earn. You just have it. So, okay. Yeah. And by the way, the drone pod shoots 3 or 4 fucking drones out of it. So
that's one of the many drones in the game.
Drone warfare. It's a drone warfare. And before I had unlocked cold-blooded, and I'm not joking, every single game, without exception, I died at least once to a drone that was unearned. If I die to a skewer, a kill streak, fine. You earned the kill streak. Good for you. I died to a kill streak. It happens. If I'm dying to your fuck-ass drone or a paper airplane, but it's metal or whatever, or any of the other dumb shit that you just don't have to earn, you get it for free, I'm bugged. And it was happening every fucking game. And it's not like I would be at full health and it would come kill me, but I would be in a gunfight, or I will have just killed a guy. I didn't have stims unlocked yet. Even if I did, let's say I'm out. Then some guy's drone pod just finds me and kills me. Because I can't hear it either, because there are billions of explosions because of cluster grenades. So hold on. That's another thing. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So literally every single game I was dying to a drone, an unearned drone. And then as soon as I equipped cold-blooded, I haven't died to one since, obviously. So I'm basically, that's now, because I refuse to die to someone who didn't do anything. That pisses me off a lot. I use all of those, by the way. I only use the drone pod. You can't use the little paper airplane yet. I don't think it's in the beta. But I will be using that also on top of the drone pod when I unlock it. Because it's a free kill. Of course I'm going to fucking use it. Duh. Every time I spawn, I can press a button and maybe finish some guy who's weak. Yes, thanks. I will take that. Hope that helps. So cold-blooded also becomes mandatory. Take the dog shit out of the game. Take them out. The drone pod adds nothing to the game. It's only toxic cancer. The audio pollution, the fact that it does damage, the fact that it automatically finds people, and the visual pollution as well. Like I'm shooting a drone down, and then some guy pushes me from the other door, and I'm dead.
Yeah. The
drone was never going to kill me. I just didn't want it to do damage to me, and I wanted to stop fucking hearing it coming toward me. So I go to shoot it, and COD timing, I'm dead. Some guy slide cancels through the other door and fucking guns my shit, where if there were no drone pods, I wouldn't have even been looking at that door. I would have been pre-aiming the other door where that guy was going to come through, and then he'd be dead. But he's not, because his shitter teammate pressed a button. Ew. Yeah. Stupid. Ew. Yucky.
Stupid fuck.
I have no problem with all the kill streaks. Hunter killer drone, skewer, dog. Cool. They're kill streaks. They earned them. Good. They should be fucking my ass with them. But not shit they don't earn. So it makes me run cold-blooded. So in the beta, I have one perk choice, perk 2. But oops, not really, because I'd love to run fast hands on perk 2 to reload faster, but can't, because now I want a perk specialty, but I'm fucking locked into blue on slot 1 because I have to run cold-blooded. I'm locked into red on perk 3 because I have to run dexterity. Guess I'm going scout, so now I have to pick a fuck-ass blue perk, vigilance. Cool, man. So that I can get the insanely busted OP scout combo hybrid pack. You get it. Ew. So I have no perk selection. Take perks out of the game then. Really retarded shit. Yeah. And it all comes down to the drones, because I do think they will fix dexterity, but take the goddamn drones out. Which we knew from reading a blog post, by the way, but these people somehow didn't figure that out. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the future, man. They should make it more futuristic and just not even have infantry in combat. Just let us all be in like drones, just flying around.
Yeah.
That'd be more futuristic, actually. Yeah.
And then we shouldn't really have to control it either. It should just get kills for us like a drone pod does.
Yeah.
So maybe we just launch the game and press play, and then we see who does the best.
Yeah, that works.
Like playing marbles on Steam. Cool, man. That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Fucking awful stuff, dude. Really bad. Anyway. And then, I wrote weapon balance is pretty bad, but it'll change, so who cares? I'd say the same about spawns. Doesn't matter. And they're already starting to do this. And the next is visibility. So normally, if this were like an Infinity Ward game, this would be in the great tier. I would have created a new tier in our ranking system, and it would have been in great. The visibility by Infinity Ward standards is fantastic, actually. By Treyarch standards, it's not good. It's not. The visibility is way worse than I was expecting it to be. Now, that is not to say it's bad. I mostly see people most of the time, but there are problematic areas. The worst of which is Cortex in the red room with all the cryostasis pods or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of dark spots in that room, and you will not see people in there, and it is fucking annoying. And the health bars don't help with this, because the time to kill is really fast, especially when I'm getting one bursted. So if I look out the window, or look over that room from that spot, you guys know what I'm talking about, and there's a guy to my left not moving, I'm not going to see his health bar, because I'm not aiming there. I'm aiming long down the hallway where people usually come through. I'm dead. Cool. If this were a good Treyarch game, like Cold War, BO4, well, good visibility Treyarch game, let me be clear. I would have seen that guy instantly, and then I wouldn't be in this predicament. So the health bar actually doesn't help. Unless there's a setting to have health bars always on. If there is, this is a skill issue, and I should have turned that on. But I don't think there is. So the visibility is mostly fine, but it's way, way, way underperforming my expectations, which is a real, real big shame. Yeah. So
the health bars are nice, but TTK makes it seem like they really don't matter much.
Correct.
Dude, remember like BO4 with the health bars? The time to kill felt so slow in that game because again we were on PC, which was KBAM only. So that was the time to kill was very nice in BO4, and I remember
it was great.
That health bar was fantastic to get that little bit of info.
Yeah, especially with like Crash too. Yeah, then people would have like giga health. You would really be able to play that shit. Yeah. Oh, another thing that's bad, by the way, I don't know if it's actually bad. I don't know if this would be good for the game or not, but I really do miss in BO4, for example, there were stim shots and they regened. So you would either get the fuck-ass stim shot that regened every like 10 seconds or whatever, or you could choose a perk slot for it and it would be like 3 or 4 seconds. I miss a regenning stim shot, man. I do. I don't know if that'd be good for the game or not. I'd have to think about it more. But the fact that it doesn't regen makes me a little sad, frankly. I think it should regen. I'll say it.
Stims regen now in this?
They do not unless there's a perk or they just updated the game, because I explicitly tested this and they do not regen. They didn't for me. I had one stim, I banged it, and I did not have it back.
What would the regen time even be?
Or it's a 2-minute regen timer or something. But there was no indication that it was regenning, and I waited quite a while.
Did we talk about this maybe in a blog post where they talked about stims regenning and we said it wasn't going to matter because the timer was long or slow? I feel like I remember talking about that.
I hope so.
We were like, when it's that long, it like you're dead in that amount of time in multiplayer anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, good then. I swear to God, I tested it like yesterday or the day before.
I guess you never stayed alive more than 20 seconds, man.
I guess not. Yeah. Which we'll get into.
That open lobby playlist.
Stop. Yeah. Well, I hope they regen, but if they do, yeah, whatever.
Leave on, man.
Just stop it. Of course I do.
Stupid fuck.
And by the way, I know I have AA on because I have a brain and it's really obvious that I have it on. And I noticed it. Unlike many people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know that. Yeah. And those people disgust me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need it. My AA doesn't do that. Anyway, the stim thing is an aside though. If it does regen, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little long, but it's probably fine. Like I said, I don't really know. Anyway, time to kill is a big one. Actually, let's do this move here. We're going to save the best for last, obviously.
All right. Okay.
Time to kill is really fast.
It's that time to die, huh?
And that's on Mamas. And supposedly Exclusive Ace said, oh, well, actually, guys, I tested it. Time to kill is about the same as Black Ops 6. Do not care and did not ask. Not true. Wrong and false. It's not. Don't believe you. So hope that helps.
Maybe the time to kill, the time to die is not. So yeah.
Ace is either lying or he did the test wrong. Don't believe it. Just don't. Now obviously I do believe him, but boy does it feel faster. To be fair, I have not played BO6 multiplayer in months, so maybe I'm misremembering. But god damn it, the time to kill feels really fast. I think also, to be fair though, a big part of this is just poor weapon balance. So you very often get one bursted by the M80, and that's been, or whatever it's called, and that's been, I think it's M80A1. That's been nerfed, so maybe it's better now. And the SMG, whatever it's called, is really fucking good. So you just get slammed by that really quickly too. So if they nerf those and the average TTK starts to feel like what the numbers supposedly say, which is that it's about BO6 level, okay. But I'll also say, if this time to kill is truly virtually equal to the BO6 time to kill, then my opinion is those games both have too fast of a time to kill.
Yeah, and we always said that about BO6. We pretty much always said it had slightly too fast of a TTK. So,
and it feels way faster in this than it ever did in BO6.
Yeah, I've already seen a lot of those clips again where somebody says they get hit by like 5 or 6 bullets, and it's on their screen. It's just instant. It is way too fast.
Yeah, it's yeah. So, yeah. So look, I'm not a multiplayer main, so I like some of these things I don't really give a shit about. Like, you know, dexterity, cold-blooded, weapon balance, I kind of care about, but I think they're going to fix it. But like some of these I care. TTK is another one. I don't really care. I care about the Warzone time to kill way more. Some of these things will apply to Warzone though. Visibility is a big one. Removal attack sprint is like another big one, you know. So some of these things will apply to Warzone. I care about them more. Anyway.
Yeah.
TTK, it's really feels really fast, but whatever.
One of those things I care much less about if the servers aren't super sweaty constantly, by the way. Because again, it all comes back to how good the enemy team is. So without SBMM, I probably don't even care how fast the time to kill is.
And that leads us to our next point, which is SBMM, which ruins it utterly and completely. I'm the worst player that's ever played Call of Duty, and I hope that helps. And I've learned that.
We're aware. We've known this.
Dinesk, from playing the beta this
really just figured it out
this weekend. Yeah. I just learned it. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Here's been my experience. Now, to be fair though, okay, like when Thursday and Friday on a weekday afternoon of a closed beta that requires you go seek out a code or pre-order the game, every lobby is going to be sweaty, obviously. You can't really blame SBMM. Like, of course they're going to be sweaty ass lobbies. Fine. But I also understand, because I have theory of mind, that in the future there is also, the lobbies are always going to feel the same. They're going to feel just like this. Like, you know, not everyone's going to have as sweaty of lobbies as they're having now once the game launches, but I am. And that makes it really, really unfortunate. And the very few lobbies we've gotten where people are not just on demon time, the game is so much more fun. Yeah. And the time to kill doesn't feel that fast, actually. That probably is it. You're right. I get, like, because people will miss shots sometimes. Like, sometimes they'll miss shots. And then the time to kill is great. I think that's why we like the BO4 time to kill, by the way. If we played BO4 right now against some iridescent kid, it would not feel like the time to kill we remember fucking at all, and I hope that helps, by the way. And that's a big, big, big issue that, like we talked about at the beginning of this episode, will not change. Won't change.
Yeah.
Almost certainly. I hope it does, but like, yeah, with any game mode, it almost doesn't matter how good the game is in a vacuum if I'm playing against Scump every single match, which I am, or better. And by or better, I of course mean cheaters, which have made it into the beta. 6 TPM and 6 secure boot, by the way. You guys can go look in the Clips channel. I talked about it a little bit, but yeah, I was, me and Jake were playing in Bandit, and I was just getting my shit just slammed badly. And I die a couple times. I'm like, dude, by the way, just so you guys know, Kobe's the best player in the world. The guy's name was Kobe. And they were like, they didn't say anything because I was just yapping as I do. And then
you do that.
I die to him for the 8th time or so. And then I run toward a room. He fucking pre-semtexes it. I never saw him. He pre-semtexes the room I'm running toward. And as soon as I get there, I blow up. He never saw me. I was not on UAV because I was running Ghost. And I was running a silencer and I hadn't shot anyway. He could not have known I was there unless he were cheating. So I was like, this is the craziest read of all time. Because like he knows where the spawns are. And if he's a good player, maybe you just pre-nade that, I guess. But I'm like, dude, I just got Kobe'd by the guy named Kobe. This is insane. So then 30 more seconds goes by. And then Jake is like, oh, he's just cheating.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay, are we dead ass right now? I kind of believed it because he was so nuts. So then I play normally. I'm dead in 10 more seconds to Kobe, of course. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to actually watch the kill cam. And then you guys can go to Discord and watch the kill cam. He's aiming right at me through a wall. I just spawned, by the way. He's aiming right at me through a wall. He slides to the like window, still pre-aiming my shit, stands up while shooting, pummels my shit. I'm like, oh.
He might have the NPR audio sauce. Yeah.
He might have the Artist War audio sauce. Is that what you said?
He might have MPRs because MPR can hear every single footstep.
Oh, so yeah.
Maybe he just has his audio too.
From
maybe it was
50
MPR.
feet, from 50 feet in this game, boy, is that a sauce. Yeah, wow. That's sauce. Incredible sauce. So he was fucking blatantly cheating. Turns out his boyfriend was too, by the way. Because another guy was just pummeling my ass badly. And I was like, I wonder if this guy's also cheating.
Yeah.
And then he was. We started watching some kill cams, and then the rest of them weren't. And we lost badly. Guess who the only population of people are that see cheaters? Good players.
Good players. Yeah.
Good players. The dedicated fan base, the core fan base, the ones who stream your game, play your game, buy your fucking bundles. Not casual players, it's only good players. And then, yeah, so SBMM, so first of all, the fact this is happening in a beta that has already required secure boot and TPM is mind-boggling to me, but that's fine. Just 2 of them on one team, that's fine. They were level 20, by the way, so they've been playing the beta for quite a while, in case you were wondering.
That's what I was going to say.
A lot. So
all the clips I've seen, the people are like level 15 to 20. It's not like it's level 1s just rage hacking, because that I will understand. You know, somebody rage cheating, it might take them, I don't know, match or 2 to get banned. But when they're max level cheating, then yeah, that's an okay for me.
Are we dead ass? And this is what I said about the Ricochet blog post where they said, oh, they're doing secure boot. I said, if this were any other company, I would say, oh, this is actually a good sign finally. But it's Activision. Of course it's not a good sign. They can't do anything right. And obviously, we have cheaters on day 2 of the beta. And there were clips of on hour 1 of someone rage hacking. Go look at Twitter. You'll find it. So really fucking terrible news. And even when people aren't cheating, those are the only 2 cheaters I've noticed, to be fair. So even when they're not cheating, everyone's the best. Everyone's perfect. So every time I start a new match specifically, a new player becomes better than every other player, including the players who were the best players in my last match. They become the best players on Earth, and I'm always, every time, getting pre-aimed and just lasered, no missed shots ever. No one's missed a shot on me in the beta. If someone aims their gun at me and pulls the trigger, they're landing all the bullets every time, and it's not close. So I'm 33 years old. I haven't played COD in a couple of months. What choice do I have but to get into my Sentinel gameplay era? So here's been my beta experience because everyone is so good. I will try to move around and use the fun new mechanic, wall jumping, that is the kind of hallmark of the entire game, and I'll get my ass reamed badly every single time. And then I'll at some point give up and be like, all right, I live here, and I'll camp somewhere, and then I'll get 15 kills by camping. It's the only way I can do well when everyone is the best player on Earth. And even that, oftentimes, I'll get fucking lasered off my head glitch by some other guy on some other head glitch. But if I want to do well and like go positive, I have to just camp. And I hate camping. It's boring. But it's less boring than going 5 and 10, moving my character and using the cool new wall jump feature. So SBMM, as Tanner has said for years now, which is obviously true, renders even the most perfect game unplayable dog shit. If everyone is the best player on Earth, which they always are, doesn't matter if the weapon balance is good. It doesn't matter if the maps are good. Doesn't matter if the audio or the visibility or anything else is good. The game's ass. I want to have a variety of player skills, both on my team and against me, when I queue for unranked pubs in a beta, right? In a beta. If I want to, okay, Jesse Lee Peterson, if I want to fucking sweat my ass off, that's what ranked is for. Yeah. But we've been beating this drum for 5 years with no change, other than some throwaway playlist that you guys think fucking matters in the beta. So anyway, yeah, it's just a mess. Yeah. And it's, again, the biggest thing though, for real, is that everyone is so good always that I really can't try and use the new wall jump mechanic. And I'm being serious about that. Like I can't really use it that much. I'm new at it, so like I have to practice it.
Yeah,
and I can't practice it against Biffle.
Beta. Yeah,
you know, who played Advanced Warfare for 2,000 hours. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, like I said, you should try playing the no SBMM playlist. Maybe you'll at least find one person who has AA turned off, and then you might run into somebody who misses a couple of shots.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
yeah, that's cool.
And then the worst thing of all, and it isn't close at all. And this is a gut punch to me for two reasons. Number one, because it is one of the two key core necessities of an FPS game, which I've been saying also for 5 years. And two is because I wasn't expecting us to be lacking here. And that is in the audio department. The audio is, I'm not joking, top 3 all-time worst audios of any Call of Duty game I've played ever.
Yeah.
MW19 was probably worse. And there's probably another game I'm forgetting, or another season of a game that was probably worse, because we've had really bad audio in COD before. I don't know if you guys knew that. This is why this bugs the fuck out of me so much, by the way, is because we've been putting up with it for so long. And
it's been good. It can be good. Yeah.
That's another thing. It's been good. It can be good. In fact, it was good in BO6. Hey, what the fuck happened? What did we do? What happened? It was really good in MW3. It was good in BO6. Excellent. It's good in Warzone right now. It's at least passable. In BO7 multiplayer beta, they have already added Ninja, and it's default. Make that dexterity instead.
Maybe that's the bug.
So the reason I say it's top 3 worst audio of all time and not number 1 is because probably 10 to 15% of the time, I will hear a guy I should hear. But, quick maths, that means 85 to 90% of the time, I should easily hear an enemy. I do not hear them. Why is that? I don't know. I posted some clips, because one theory I had was, maybe they're wall jumping, and then they're mid-air killing me. And I don't expect them to have wing flapping sounds mid-air in multiplayer, so fine. And then I watched the kill cam, and they are sprinting. Okay, got it. Here's another theory I just came up with. Maybe since there's no more tac sprint, they're not getting tac sprint giga loud footstep audio. They're just getting regular sprint.
Oh, that's a theory. That's actually
loud
a
footstep audio.
That is possibly what you're experiencing.
That probably is, because everyone runs auto tac sprint when the game is that's really in.
Be it.
Yeah, so that's an oversight as fuck. So it's not that, and then it could be that. And then another theory is the audio pollution could be another reason. But again, I've had some clips where nothing is happening and I don't hear the guy running right on me. Keep in mind, by the way, Ninja's not in the beta yet. You can't use the Ninja perk, so I know it's not that. There's no way to silence your footsteps. So, curiously, people can still run up to me and I don't hear them and die. And again, I've posted 2 clips in our Discord in multiplayer general. You can go go to a recording studio and get the most expensive headphones you can and listen to it and tell me what you hear. Because you'll hear a lot, but it won't be footsteps. What will you hear? All of the fuck-ass audio pollution that's really bad in this game. Cluster grenades is one culprit. They're good, and they create not one explosion, like a grenade, but what is it? 6 or 7 if you overclock it. Ew.
Yeah.
That's a lot of exploding sounds. Or the drone pod. Or the, name it. Figure it out. There is a ton of audio pollution. On top of that is the your low health audio. Oppressive. Way too loud. Unplayable. If you're low health, the footstep audio could be good and you still wouldn't hear it. they need to dial that down drastically. It's really fucking bad. So I think part of it's the audio pollution, but part of it's not. Part of it's just shitty footstep audio. It's really bad. And this is a huge, huge deal to me because, again, if I can't see or hear people, I'm not playing your FPS game. It's not a game anymore. It's a slot machine. That's it. Hopefully I get lucky and see you before you see me if I can't see and hear people in the FPS game. Because I'm required to know where you are to shoot you, right? That's the thing. And if I can't hear you running up behind me, I have no chance. That's not fun. And that's a core, integral, key aspect of an FPS game is seeing and hearing people. I can still see people well enough. Can't hear them at all. Can't hear them at all. Fucking terrible news. Really dog shit, bad, awful, trash stuff. And I was expecting to hear people quite well. Because BO6, you can. So what the fuck happened? This bugs the fuck out of me. This is the worst thing.
Didn't they make a lot of audio changes from BO6 beta to launch? I think they did. I think they made a lot of changes with the footstep audio levels and also maybe the low health audio too. So, you know, it's possible they will make changes to a lot of that because that's kind of become one of the things they do end up changing a lot, I think, from beta to launch is audio. Or even from like full launch to season 1 or something.
Hope so.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they did in BO6 beta, but it feels like they changed a lot of audio stuff. Somebody in chat too also just pointed out, I didn't think about this, they don't have that paid audio thing anymore that was pushed really hard last year that they yapped about. That's not in the game, huh?
Yep.
Guess it didn't do too well.
They didn't put out a blog post showing the sound wave particle physics of the room, so that means they didn't think about it fucking at all. They either have to write an inane rambling blog post to do anything, or they just don't do it. So they just forgot to put in footstep audio. I don't know, man. Like, if the footsteps were too quiet and they were getting drowned out by audio pollution, I would have a lot of faith that they make them audible, because that's just like turning them up. But there are times where dead ass, there isn't any literally there isn't any. Like, it's muted, like 0%, 0 decibels.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can change that, man. I don't know. And I'm not seeing that many people bitch about it. The reason I'm not seeing many people bitch about it, of course, is because they are, insert the worst slur you can imagine, multiplayer players.
Idiots.
Who, silly geese, who are just going to run Ninja anyway, so it's all a moot point. They don't give a fuck, because they don't want any footstep audio, because that's a skill gap somehow. Hey, the skill gap of memorizing the spawns and holding the sight lines, you're really good. Slur. Yeah, it's just I hate comp multiplayer players so goddamn much, and I hate the devs for enabling them and putting in fucking Ninja in every single game. Fucking terrible dog shit stuff. Why am I playing an FPS game without footstep audio? It's a joke, but whatever, that's fine. That's another thing, is like, because Ninja is going to be in the game, which shouldn't be, and that's on the bad list, by the way. There will be Ninja. That's like a foregone conclusion, though. They're always going to do it. So, like, it's not even worth really talking about. And for that reason, I don't care that much that I can't hear footsteps in the beta in multiplayer, because I'm not going to be able to hear them anyway on launch, because everyone's going to run Ninja, because it's the most busted fucking OP thing of all time. You can run around and no one knows you're there. Duh. So it's retarded
gotta know
design,
the spawns, man.
But it doesn't matter. I just have to memorize spawns. I have to be a cartographer, I guess. But whatever. The reason I'm really bugged by it, well, yeah, that too, yeah. The real problem, though, is that this makes me deeply concerned for Warzone. Because, yeah, I don't really care if I can't hear footsteps in multiplayer. I'm going to care a lot if I can't hear them in Warzone, though. And if we're doing an integration, might not be able to. I don't know what gets integrated and what doesn't. I don't know how that works. But if they ruin if they bring this audio to Warzone, then Warzone is already DOA. It's going to be Omega DOA.
Sunset GIF.
It's going to be Sunset GIF. It's going to be super DOA.
Yeah.
Because on top of playing on Verdansk for year 4, 3, cumulatively, holy shit, with Factory, the new POI that's not new, yikes. I'm also not going to hear anyone anymore, even though I was able to before the integration. I will freak the fuck out. And I'm very, very confident that is precisely what's going to happen. That's why this is really, really extra super bad. Yeah. Terrible, awful stuff.
Super bad.
Yeah. It's just the worst thing
some things I noticed too from gameplay is it's the same thing I complained about from minute one of the BO6 beta. It's the sounds when BO6 beta. The sound when you get shot is way too loud, way too loud. That's still in the game.
Yeah.
There's red blood all over your screen the second you get shot. There's a ton of flinch just with any gun. That's one thing I've really noticed lately too, is how much flinch Call of Duty has when you get hit. Other games don't do that to the level of God, man. It's when you go play a different game for a while and come back, you're like, dude, that's really annoying. Every time I get hit with a bullet, my screen like has to shake. It's infuriating. And so that's one of the many things too. That's exactly like BO6, like unchanged entirely. So that sucks.
Yeah. Like we said at the beginning, I played on controller, so I don't notice that too much. Which is to say at all. I literally haven't thought about it. But if I were playing on K-Bam, I definitely would have, obviously.
Yeah. Have you thought about this? The game sucks.
Well, I have. The audio thing, though, obviously I have thought about it. I just talked about it. Yeah, everything's too loud. Everything is too loud. Except footsteps, ironically. And we've seen this before, but yeah, again, if it comes to Warzone, some extra yikes on your yikes sandwich is what it would be. I don't know.
Yeah, double yikes maybe.
Anyway, so then that's pretty much it. Overall, what is my experience? Overall, my experience has been like a 6 out of 10 in the multiplayer beta. Which probably sounds high based on everything I just said, and it is. Because if the audio existed, this would be an 8 or a 9. It would probably be an 8 or a 9 if there was good audio. Everything's really fun besides playing against 16-year-olds who are next up only.
Next up.
And not hearing a goddamn thing. I'm not joking. Of all the deaths I've had, I'm actually not kidding. I think 40% of every single death I've had was exclusively and only because I did not hear someone I should have heard. And then the other 60% is a combination of I moved my character, there are 8 of them holding hands, or this guy is way better than I am, or this guy's cheating. But like 40% of my deaths are to no audio? It's probably more like 30%, but still, that's fucking way too many. That's why I'm saying it's genuinely a top 3 worst audio of all time. The only one I can think of that's worse is MW19. There's probably another one in there. This game has had shit audio for a long time, so there's probably another one up there. But the only one I can think of is MW19. No other game has worse. No game besides that has worse audio than BO7 multiplayer. It's a disaster. An unmitigated travesty disaster.
Yep.
And so but there's wall jumping.
There's wall jumping that's in the game.
Are we for real? So anyway,
so for real right now.
Yeah, it would be like an 8 or 9 out of 10 with audio. Like only with audio. Even with the SBMM, I would die way less if there was audio. Like, yeah. And by extension, I'd be having more fun, obviously. It's just, criminal. Another reason I know the audio sucks, by the way, is because I have done that to people a ton as well. Just get up on them right behind them, and they're just staring straight ahead, holding their gay sightline with their boyfriend. And I'll just kill them both fucking easily. It happened to me on Imprint, like our last game one. There were 2 guys, we were playing Kill Confirmed, just holding a door. So bitch to play like this, by the way. We are playing Kill Confirmed on Imprison, and they are in the back of their spawn holding the same building. super bitch. You're a bitch for playing like that. But they should have heard me, and they got robbed because I just went to the lane they weren't looking in. I saw them both, and I swear to God, I consciously thought to myself, I know these guys can't hear me. I'm going to get to the perfect spot where I can kill one and then just easily kill the other one. I don't have to move anymore. That's literally exactly what I did, and I easily killed both of them. Imagine doing that in Warzone. Or Warzone's a bad example. Imagine doing that in MW3 multiplayer. They would have heard me ages ago. Ages ago. But this game doesn't have audio. So without Ninja, I can run up. I was probably 8 meters from the closest guy, probably 12 from the other guy. Are we dead ass?
Yeah, you should hear him. Yeah.
It's so dumb. Yeah. So anyway, but no one's complaining about that. And again, I think it's because they all
COD players
like
don't think about audio
like
ever. Yeah.
They all the streamers cheat. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, that's it as fuck. So it's just really dragged down by the audio, man. It's such a bummer, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It will matter if it comes to Warzone, though. But then that also won't matter by 2027.
Well, the good thing is they're not doing anything to Warzone, so it doesn't matter. So if they ruin the audio, it'll be by March, and yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who gives a motherfuck? Yeah. So, how many COD multiplayers have a higher than 6 rating to you? MW3 is 1. I'll just say in the last 5 years since the pod. MW19 is a 2 out of 10. Fucking awful game. It's not good. You can't see, you can't hear, and the maps are terrible. Are we serious? And the time to kill was 10 milliseconds. Fucking terrible game. Really bad. Let's see. What was after MW19?
Cold War.
Cold War? Cold War's over a 6. Cold War, well, after they nerfed the LMGs, which took them fucking way too long, and the snipers, it was like an 8 out of 10. And the weeds or whatever on Cartel, I think it was called. Once they changed those things, and it took them way too long with the LMGs, but everything else they did pretty quick. That was like an 8 out of 10. That was a really good game. Really good game. I really liked Cold War a lot. Probably the most of the multiplayer experiences since we started the podcast is Cold War. What was after that? Vanguard? 5. I don't remember it. I don't remember Vanguard out of 10. That it was unremarkable, so it was a 5. Well, there was a ton of fire. We did get DOS House, which is a good map. It was a 5. What about you?
It was a terrible fucking map, actually.
Vanguard
was probably about.
I like DOS House.
No, awful map. Well, it would have been a fine map, but it was the game. Like just too many fire shotguns.
It was the fire specifically.
That's why Vanguard's hard to gauge, because Vanguard I think had a much higher potential than it hit, and it was because of dumb things they did, like all the fire with everything. Just a lot of overpowered classes. Yeah, MW19 for me was probably like a 7, probably.
Really?
Cold War was like a 4.
Hate that. Okay.
Vanguard was around like a 5 or 6, yeah.
Okay.
What do we have after that? MW2, I guess, right?
Okay.
MW2's 3.
What? Tell me a
3 or
multiplayer map. I literally don't remember MW2 multiplayer. I'm not even joking. I don't remember it.
Mercado Las Almas.
Okay, yeah, yes. Oh yeah, that was bad stuff. That was like a 3. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. It was orders of magnitude better than MW19, but it wasn't good at all.
Substantially worse. It wasn't really even close at all.
No, MW19 is the worst FPS game I've ever played. God, I hate it.
MW3 was a 9.5 out of 10, by the way.
MW3 was really good. MW3, I would say also an 8 for me. MW3 was really, really good. And then after that was what?
BO6.
Oh, yeah. BO6 is okay. BO6 is okay.
5.
It was like a
4.
No, well, the maps are
like
so bad.
It's a 4-ish, 5-ish, 6-ish. It's in that range somewhere.
For me, it's a 6.
It's
if
not
the maps...
above a 6, I'll tell you that.
Okay, yeah. For me, it is a 6 also because the maps are so bad. If the maps were good in BO6, though, the multiplayer experience would be probably a 7. Probably a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then again, BO7, too early to say ultimately, but so far, it would be an 8 or 9 out of 10 if I could hear things. But since I can't...
Beta for me has been a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so
yeah, I bet. It's a 6, yeah. So
no complaints here.
So quite a few over 6, actually. Probably half of them. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's it. And just remember, no matter what happens, Infinity Ward's worse. And no one hates Infinity Ward enough. Except Jake and me.
Sledgehammer on top.
Sledgehammer is based as fuck. Yes.
Yeah.
And Treyarch remains to be seen, it turns out. So anyway. All right, that's it.
Treyarch's dead.
Warzone's dead. Yeah. Plus sunsetting.
Sunset GIF.